Hello there and welcome to Zoranland. We are a entertaining website with fun club and social network. Please visit us at www.zoran-land.com and join our fun club. This is our Zealand Entertainment.
Entertainment. My guest today is DONNIE KOPTYRA. Hi, DONNIE. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, Zoran?
I'm good, thank you. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in Michigan here, and some of my lifestyle has included owning a dance group in the past when I was in my 20s, early 30s. Then I got into natural holistic health consulting and personal training, and around the year 2000, I got into teaching yoga by sort of accident. The teacher didn't show up one day, and I decided to lead everybody through a class just because I wanted to get some yoga in, and they liked it. They liked it really well, so they called me about 3 months later asking if I would like to teach there, thinking I already was a teacher, and that's how I got started. So here we are in 2013, and
As a yoga instructor.
yeah, 13 years later, I've taught over 8,000 classes, and it's really spread out quite well for me.
So you're in Michigan,
Yes, Clinton Township,
Clinton
Michigan.
Township, Michigan. Okay. I don't know much about yoga, so I'm glad I have you on the show today. Tell me, what is yoga? The origins of yoga. Where the origin of yoga comes from?
Well, about 5,000 years ago or so, I'm not really sure on the exact date. I've read it in different books, different time zones, but about 5,000 years ago, philosophers got together and they wanted to know how people could lead healthier, happier lives. And they found that if people were more in touch with themselves, meaning their feelings, their senses, and especially their own intuition, that they could lead healthier, happier lives. So they first started off with breathing techniques as a way to quiet the busy mind and relax the body so you could be more in tune and in touch with yourself. And through the years, it's graduated into different positions while doing the breathing. And so for the most part, yoga is a self-management practice where you put yourself in somewhat awkward positions, bending, twisting, moving, breathing, and what that does is it helps you release tension, quiet your mind, and when you're in that state of way, you can actually be more in touch with the information you're getting from your own self. Many people have grown accustomed to suffering and don't know it. Aches and pains easing their way in further and further, or maybe having a really busy mind and not able to pay attention to what their intuition might be telling them to guide them through. And if we can pay more attention to our feelings, senses, and intuition, we can make better decisions and lead healthier, happier lives. That's basically it in a nutshell.
And do you know where the yoga is actually developed? Where?
In India, and the earliest form of yoga is called Kundalini yoga. It's the most powerful form of yoga as well. Actually, yoga in general can be considered anything that will help you get further in touch with yourself. And as you engage in, let's say, painting a wall even, if that helps you quiet your mind and relax your body, then that's a form of yoga. And you not only get in touch with yourself, but you also increase your awareness of being present in the here and now and with the all of everything, your full connection. So it's really nice practice to get involved with.
Okay, so India is a country where yoga was actually developed first.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Types of yoga.
Well, there's many different types of yoga. There's Hatha yoga, which is one of the oldest forms too. There's Vinyasa, which is a fast, active practice. There's also Ashtanga. A lot of these named styles of yoga are systems and ways. And basically, you bend, twist, move, and breathe. And the different forms of yoga will be considered different ways to achieve different things from yoga. Some people like a more vigorous physical practice for body strengthening, conditioning, and cleansing. Other people really like the relaxation effects, so they'll go for a milder form of yoga like Hatha yoga.
Okay. Danny, what is important to know about yoga?
What
are the most important things?
Yeah, what's most important, in my opinion, is that you honor the truth of yourself. Your feelings don't lie, your intuition doesn't lie. It's only our own minds that make up lies in life.
Okay.
And there's no lies in nature. When a flower is blooming, that's the truth. When a leaf falls from the tree, that's the truth. When the sky is raining, that's the truth. It's only man that has made up phoniness or lies or made things a little different. So it helps you get working with your own truth is really what it's all about.
Ask question. I mean, when we post on Facebook and Twitter that you're coming to the show, and being our guest, we always ask the friends there to give us their questions if they have any questions about yoga, and they actually respond back with a few of them. Uh, Didi Lazar from Michigan, she's asking, what type of yoga is best for a beginner who is specifically looking to reduce stress?
I would
We
say
are
that,
all under stress. This
yeah,
is a good question.
yeah, and stress involves a lot of times how we're evaluating things in a negative way. We want to say that the job is stressing me, this person is stressing me, the weather is making me depressed or stressed or whatever. And those are somewhat true. They influence us maybe to be not in the greatest state of mind we'd like to be, but in general, stress, mental induced stress is all about the negative decisions we're making for ourselves. So Hatha yoga is, in my opinion, a real mild form of yoga. It's a slow-paced yoga. That's really good. Or Kundalini yoga. Sometimes we know we need to de-stress or unwind or let go, and we don't want to kill ourselves in the process doing it. We want to Kundalini yoga helps a person shift really well. That's the two forms of yoga I say are for beginners, people just starting out. And in doing both those forms of yoga, you work with your own level. You don't do anything that's beyond what your own body can do. For instance, some people can bend over and touch their knees. Some people can bend all the way over and touch their toes. Whatever your body will let you do, that's the level you work with.
Okay. An anonymous person is asking, is the yoga a religion? Why are they comparing yoga with a religion?
Well, yoga is not a religion. Basically, it's basically a way to get in touch with yourself. So it's not a made-up story. It's not a philosophy. It's simply getting in touch with yourself by doing things to help yourself get to that. And one of the greatest ways to get in touch with yourself is to focus on yourself.
Yoga has nothing to do with a religion.
It's not a religion.
Something spiritually there that connects,
Well, there's spirit in everything. Anything that exists is
maybe
originated
they're
from
putting
the
the
same source.
spirit
So-
together with the religion, but
So that in general is the spirit part, and we are the spirit who lives in this body. And so there's no made-up thing with that. It just is.
Mhm.
Now, religions, for the most part, are sometimes stories and information that's told to help people lead happier lives, a more decent life and stuff like that. But yoga is not about that. It's basically, it's a freedom situation where you simply work with the truth of what your body will allow. You get in touch with what's best for you. And if you're following your senses, your intuition, your feelings, you're going to make better decisions. So there's no religion in that. It's simply, that's just the truth.
Okay. My friend Maya from Macedonia, where I'm from, she's asking, how do you become a yoga instructor? I know how
Yeah.
instructor, but what are the steps to become a yoga instructor? Do you have to take some classes?
Yeah. Nowadays, I would advise, first of all, practicing yoga for a year or two at least to make sure that's something you really want to do. And learn as a follower, first and foremost, what yoga is all about for you. And if it grabs your interest that you want to go further into sharing that with others, there's lots of yoga studios that offer teacher training, and there's also the internet that offers online training courses. In my opinion, the best way to become a good instructor is to actually just start teaching it. That way you're not attached to any system or way. You're really coming from your heart, you're coming from your truth, and you're using the awareness as what you're sharing with people. But anyone can become a yoga instructor, and anyone can practice yoga. I have blind people that come to my classes, people with disabilities and ailments, and if you can breathe, you can do yoga.
Okay. Another question is from Toki C from Michigan. Toki C. What kind of a discipline is yoga, and how does it improve your health and your physical condition?
Well, the discipline is all up to you. If you're not disciplined in any area of your life, you're gonna suffer to a certain degree or not do it very well. And in my opinion, if you just engage to start practicing, you can't help but become more responsible, more active, and more pro of handling and managing your life better. The practice of yoga is all about you. And as you manage you better, your life just gets better. It's not just what you do while you're practicing yoga, but it's actually what you're doing while you're in the positions and stuff. Yoga is an avenue that can help you with your life in not just exercise or calming your mind, but in so many other areas, teaching you not to quit and give up on things, teaching you how to hang in there when things are going rough. There's so many avenues, especially letting you be at peace. And if you can be at peace with yourself, you'll have a better chance of being peaceful with others.
Okay. Karen from Nevada. How yoga connects the body and the mind? Is there certain, certain moves or certain,
Well,
things that you do?
as far as
Or just
connecting the
spiritual?
body and mind together, if the mind is real busy and active, too focused on things coming up for your future or hanging on to things that are in the past, you're going to be unconscious to a lot of things that are going on with the body because you're just too busy in the mind.
Even if you do yoga, if you're somewhere else with your mind, there's going to be no connection.
The thing is let's say you're practicing a balanced position in yoga. You have no choice but to focus on what you're doing, otherwise you'll fall. So that takes your mind off of your future or your past and brings you to the present here and now in doing what you're doing on the spot. And so that's one way, basically, you're shifting your mind to quiet down just because you're doing something that you have to do, and otherwise you'll fall or hurt yourself.
Okay. George from Michigan, he is asking, what type of yoga builds muscle the most?
I would say that Kundalini is one of the best ways to build muscle and strength and endurance. Vinyasa is really good, Ashtanga. There are some classes called advanced yoga positions and classes, but really all forms of yoga are involving the use of your muscles, but importantly, not just strengthening your muscles, it helps you strengthen your bones. Very few of us put much weight on our hands, our arms, and other parts of our body throughout the day besides our legs. And as you hold different positions, such as the downward dog position, which is hands in front, feet in back, and your hips way up into the air like a triangle, you're putting a lot of weight on your arms and your hands, and that can prevent osteoporosis. So all forms of yoga are good for it, but I would say Kundalini yoga is probably the number one. It's the most vigorous. It produces the fastest results in the shortest amount of time.
Okay. Let's take a break and see our commercials. Brent from Michigan. What is the difference between Kundalini yoga and Hatha yoga? Did I pronounce that good?
Kundalini and Hatha.
Okay,
yeah.
Kundalini and Hatha.
Well, Hatha yoga is a very mild form of yoga, slow-paced, holding positions for long duration that aren't really too challenging, but are effective for releasing tension and occupying your mind on doing what you're doing with yourself there. Slow pace. And Kundalini yoga is the most powerful form of yoga because it produces the fastest results in the shortest amount of time. And that involves breath with movement sequences involving different parts of the body, repeating the same breath and movements repeatedly over and over for, say, between 1 and 4 minutes. And also incorporates a breathing technique called breath of fire, which is a rapid breath of fire that helps really clear the mind, flush the body, and invigorate the whole system. You actually release natural pain-killing endorphins and L-dopamine while doing Kundalini yoga, but more importantly is you remove the blockages through your system that are interfering with the flow of your energy, and that allows the energy, basically Kundalini energy that sits at the base of your spine, to uncoil itself and start coiling up the spine into the chakras, which are energy centers that are sitting in front of your spine, which correspond with different organs. And as the energy moves up and spreads out into those areas, you feel an energizing. Basically, you're waking up every cell of your body, turning on all the light switches. It's my favorite kind of yoga. Everyone can do it because you only work with your own pace, but it's not a real popular one, even though it is, in my opinion, the oldest form of yoga as well.
Okay.
It's a difference.
Okay. Lisa McNeil from Ohio. She's asking, what type of yoga is best for healing depression? We know yoga works on
Depression,
different parts
basically, I'm going
differently.
to go to Kundalini Yoga again
Okay.
because it's releasing natural pain-killing endorphins and L-dopamine, which are mood enhancers. Um, Basically, if you bend, twist, move, and breathe, you're going to be feeling more energy because you're taking the sluggishness out of you. Sometimes we
Okay.
can get depressed and sluggish from laying around too much, and even if nothing in our lives is not working out or whatever, just by interrupting the patterns of getting yourself active actually makes you feel more alive with your body, which will help your mind. What affects the body does affect the mind, and also like negative thinking can affect the body. You can feel tense and stressed in the body and tight from negative thinking or fears even. So they go hand in hand. If you're not able to manage your mind, then do stuff to manage your body, and that can help the mind shift. Start building up tension throughout the day as we go through our lives, and the mind, again, can get really busy. And we don't want to carry that to bed and be all stiff and busy mind. You can't sleep well. One of the hardest things people have to do in life is just relax. So taking a slower practice, or even, again, Kundalini Yoga can help you feel so open that it automatically quiets your mind. It's not something you have to try and do. It happens as a result of that.
Okay. See Derek from Atlanta. What type of yoga can I start without spiritual part?
You can
Is that
start
possible?
any type of yoga can be done unless the type of yoga is named a certain spiritual kind. Like I'm familiar with certain ones that follow a certain religion. And the difference between practicing
What did you
yoga,
mean with the religion?
I've heard of a place called Living Waters that they recite phrases from the Bible while in yoga
Okay.
positions and things like that. And that's nice. In general, though, the word yoga means to join together with awareness your total self.
Because we mentioned earlier that yoga is not a religion.
It's not.
That's why I'm asking.
Right. So really, there should be no fear of getting involved in yoga because you're afraid you'll have to be subjected to religious teachings or stuff like that. Any form of yoga that teaches you how to get in touch with yourself is real yoga.
Okay.
The ones that want you to follow a system and way, those are systems and ways, and you'll be basically limited to those systems and ways. So real yoga is total freedom. Work with the truth of your feelings, senses, and intuition on what you can do right here, right now, and that's it. There's no philosophies that need to come with that. I've read a lot of books on yoga and ancient philosophies, and basically it's not really helped me. Doing what I'm doing has helped me the most.
The practice.
Managing myself, yeah.
Correct. Okay. Miss Lady from Macedonia. Where can people join your classes? How many days a week and how long are the classes? Okay, this is where can people find you actually?
Well, I can
You
be
have few
found
locations.
mainly on the east side of the Detroit area.
Okay.
I live in Clinton Township. I teach classes at Bodhi Seed Yoga Studio in Mount Clemens. Two powerhouse gyms, the one in Fraser and the one in St. Clair Shores. I also teach at the Sterling Heights Parks and Recreation Center and another place called CC Plus in Mount Clemens. So those are the places I'm at. If you want to find my schedule of the times I teach at, you can go to my Facebook page, Donnie KOPTYRA. You can sign me up as a friend or just look on there in my notes area. Or you can email me requesting a schedule at yogalife11@huawei.com.
Okay. Any future plans?
I'm just basically out sharing what I know with people, on trying to help people help themselves. That's my main plan.
Stay healthy. Stay.
Yoga, besides helping you discipline how you move and breathe, it helps you learn how to make better decisions. So I'm into gardening and nutrition, and I work out with exercise with weights as well. Basically, you'll want to start learning how to lead your best style of life when you practice yoga. Doing what's best, not what's right or wrong, what's best. And that can be different for a lot of people. Like I said, some people can bend over and touch their knees, and that's what's best for them. Others can touch their toes. And regarding what you eat, drink, how you think, where you live, who you associate with, If you're in touch with yourself, you'll do what's best, and that is a great way to go through life if you want to be happy.
Okay. I hope we give answers to your questions. For more questions, please email us, and we're gonna find a time to respond to them. Donnie, thank you for being to the show.
Thanks
And
for
my
having
show.
me on, Zoran.
To the next time, we'll see you again, I guess. If they have more questions, I'm gonna have you back on the show.
Yes, namaste. The light within me honors the light within you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me see you bounce, put your back into it now. Baby, let me hit you now. Shake it up, shake it up. Let me see you bounce, let me see your body rock. Baby, show me what you got. Take it up, take it up. Let me see you bounce, heat up the underground. DJ gon' play it loud. Brinca, brinca. Let me see you bounce. Brinca, brinca. Let me see you bounce.
Hey, it's me again. Thanks for watching our show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for the next show, please email me at zoran@zoran-land.com. See you next time.